The ship stopped moving, 20% of the world's oil supply frozen, hundreds of tankers sitting idle in the Persian Gulf, seafarers stranded, gas prices at over $4 a gallon across America, and somewhere in the blue waters of the Strait of Hormuz this past weekend, Iranian gunboats fired on foreign vessels. This is not a drill. This is the world in April 2026, teetering on the edge of a broader war that could reshape global energy markets. So what exactly happened? And why did President Trump decide to extend the ceasefire while threatening to bomb Iran? Let's break it down. The Strait of Hormuz is, without question, the most strategically vital choke point on Earth. It is a narrow passage, just 21 miles wide at its narrowest, sitting between Iran and Oman. Through it flows roughly 1/5 of all the world's crude oil. Close it, and you don't just inconvenience the global economy, you strangle it. Iran has known this for decades, and in early 2026, Tehran made its most aggressive move. It militarized and effectively shut down the strait. The strait has been effectively closed for nearly 2 months. It has become the central point of contention in all peace negotiations. What followed has been a jaw-dropping sequence of gunboat diplomacy, tanker seizures, and last-minute ceasefire extensions. Here is where things stand right now. A 2-week ceasefire was due to expire on Wednesday. The first round of peace talks, held on April 12th in Islamabad and led by Vice President J.D. Vance, failed to produce an agreement. But even within that ceasefire window, both sides were already accusing each other of violations. On Friday, oil prices tumbled 10% after Iran opened the strait. Within 24 hours, that relief evaporated as Tehran reimposed control. On Saturday, at least 2 ships reported being fired upon. Iranian state media confirmed shots were fired near 2 Indian-flagged vessels. Trump's response was immediate and volcanic. He warned that the US would knock out every power plant and every bridge in Iran. Then the US escalated. Trump announced US Navy forces had seized a sanctioned Iranian cargo ship named the Tuska in the Gulf of Oman. US Marines boarded and took custody after the vessel ignored warnings for 6 hours. CENTCOM confirmed the operation was proportional. The economic damage is staggering, and it's already affecting ordinary people worldwide. Brent crude surged 7% to nearly $97 a barrel on Sunday. Gas prices in the United States are averaging just over $4 a gallon. Energy experts estimate supply disruptions of 13 million barrels per day. The cumulative effect has surpassed 500 million barrels. And the human cost is overlooked. More than 20,000 seafarers have been stuck on hundreds of ships since the war began in February. So why can't these 2 countries reach a deal? The core disagreements go deep. Washington proposed a 20-year pause on uranium enrichment. Iranian leaders flatly rejected it, insisting on 5 years as the maximum. Iran's position is that it will not negotiate under threat. They accused Trump of trying to turn the table into a table of surrender. The IMF warned that global growth will take a hit. Uncertainty over the strait is a persistent drag pushing up energy costs and inflation worldwide. Then, just yesterday, Tuesday, April 22nd, Trump made a move that surprised many analysts. President Trump announced an indefinite ceasefire extension at the request of Pakistan's leaders, citing a fractured Iranian government. Trump made clear the naval blockade would continue. The American military remains ready and able to resume full military action. You might be thinking, why does a narrow waterway in the Persian Gulf affect me? The answer is everything. The Strait of Hormuz is the jugular vein of the global economy, and right now it is bleeding. Shipping costs spike, and food prices rise. Leaders including Keir Starmer and Emmanuel Macron have confirmed a multinational mission to protect merchant vessels. Here is the uncomfortable truth. A ceasefire extension is not peace. It is a pause granted under extreme pressure. The gap between Washington and Tehran is wide. The nuclear question remains unresolved. The world is watching. History is being written. Stay informed. This story is far from over. I'm Ryan Cooper. Good night.